YouTube, how we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo, and this is another episode of Yo Hoops. I go through every NBA game every day. Today's Monday, December 15th, and we have a 5-game NBA card. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts, let you know what sides I like, and stick around, because I'll let you know my highlighted play of the day. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping yesterday, I went 0-2, dropped both of my highlighted plays. Tough day overall, but I have to mention that's how Sundays have gone for me really all year. I'm going to break down the numbers to see exactly how I performed, but I feel like every Sunday I get cracked. For my first selection, I took the Indiana Pacers laying 9.5 points against the Washington Wizards. The Pacers had beat them by 40 earlier in the season, and last night the Wizards were missing half their starting lineup, so I thought it was a good spot. They really let the Wizards come into their home floor and blow them out by 19. It just confirms everything I was saying about the Pacers last year. They're fraudulent. Final score was 108 to 89 Wizards. For my next selection, I took Michael Porter Jr. of the Brooklyn Nets to go over 25.5 points. I knew this one was cooked early because he started the game 1 for 4 from the field, and the Nets were already up by 20 points. I had some money on Brooklyn, so I can't say I was too upset, but I was genuinely surprised to see them blow out the Bucks that quickly to where MPJ only played 26 minutes. He ended the game with 12 points on 4 for 11 shooting. I'm now 10, 9, and 1 on all highlighted plays in December. Bit of a rough one last night, but as you guys know, that's kind of the ups and downs of betting. That's yesterday. Let's get right back in that win column tonight. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup, we had the Detroit Pistons in Boston taking on the Boston Celtics. Celtics are minus 125 on the money line, and the total is 229.5. This is going to be a fun one to watch. The number 1 and number 3 teams in the East head to head. Both sides come into it more or less at full strength. The Celtics are, of course, without Jason Tatum. They played each other on November 26th. That game was also in Boston, and the Celtics won that one 117 to 114. I see this being a similar game down to the wire. I lean to the Pistons in their current form, but rather than taking a side, I'm looking at a prop. He's sold me in their last few games, but I almost feel like I need to get my coin back. I'm taking Cade Cunningham to go over 25.5 points. His shot attempts have gone dramatically down over the last 10 games, but that's only due to the fact that Oscar Thompson and Tobias Harris are being reintegrated into the lineup. Neither guy is a primary scorer, so once they get back to their usual flow, we'll start seeing 30 from Cade again. In that last game against the Celtics, Tobias and Oscar both played, and Cade still went for 42 on 26 shots. I think he gets 26, no problem. In our next matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors in Miami taking on the Miami Heat. Heat are minus 230 on the money line, and the total is 234.5. The Raptors have been sliding recently, 1-5 over their last 6 games, and 2 of those losses were to the Hornets. Now you're heading into Miami against one of the best home teams in the league. That's a bad spot. RJ Barrett is also ruled out tonight, so that doesn't help. But to me, the problem with Toronto is their lack of true point guards. Emmanuel quickly only averages 6 assists and 2 turnovers in 32 minutes a game. He's their only real point guard, so past that, you're relying on forwards to handle the ball. It works at certain points throughout the game, but in fourth quarters down the stretch, you need a skilled ball handler to facilitate. It's not impossible that they compete here, but at home, I definitely see Miami winning this one by something like 9 points. I'm taking the Heat laying the 6 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Dallas Mavericks in Utah taking on the Utah Jazz. Mavs are minus 120 on the money line, and the total is 240. This is actually a really efficient line. We know the Jazz play their best basketball at home. They're currently 9-4 against the spread in Utah, but the Mavs have won 5 of their last 6 games. The one loss was to the Thunder. Yusuf Nurkic is ruled out tonight for the Jazz, so if Anthony Davis is even at 75%, I can see them keeping this one competitive. Probably a game I'm staying away from, but one thing I do know is I can't count on AD being healthy. They're playing in elevation, which is a big reason why Utah is so dominant at home, and Dallas lineup's already running thin. I think the Jazz find a way to win it. I'm taking the Jazz on the money line as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Houston Rockets in Denver taking on the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are minus 115 on the money line, and the total is 237.5. This is going to be a really fun game to watch. At full strength, I'd easily just take the Nuggets and call it a day, but they still have a few significant injuries coming into this one. Aaron Gordon, Julian Strawther, and Christian Braun are all ruled out. That puts Spencer Jones and Peyton Watson in the starting lineup. I don't love it. The Rockets come into it more or less at full strength, but I still don't know if that's enough to fade the Nuggets in the Mile High City. One way or another, this is going to be a competitive bout, and with that in mind, I'm rolling with another prop. With the lack of scoring in their current lineup, there's only one reason why the Nuggets are favored here. That's Nikola Jokic. I'm taking the Joker to go over 28.5 points. Sengun and Steven Adams are not slowing this man down, and he's already averaging 29.5 with all of his guys in. That goes up to 31.4 over their last 5 games. I think he keeps the momentum rolling. I'm going to lock it in as my highlighted selection of the evening. In our last and final matchup, we have the Memphis Grizzlies in LA taking on the LA Clippers. Clippers are minus 170 on the money line, and the total is 228. I more than likely won't have any money bet on this game, and if I'm being honest, I probably won't even watch it. The Clippers are currently the worst team in the league at home, 1-9 against the spread on the season. The Grizzlies haven't been great against the spread themselves, but they do have twice as many wins as the Clippers, which is a bad sign for LA. James Harden is currently listed as questionable with a left calf contusion. If he doesn't play, I really can't be on the Clippers. He's averaging 26, 8, and 5. Without him, they probably lose it outright. The Clippers bench is already running thin, and we're past the days where I'm thinking Kawhi Leonard is going to go out there and get me a win. The Grizzlies are the younger and hungrier team. I lean to them competing. I'm taking the Grizzlies plus the 4.5 as my last and final selection. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm now 10, 9, and 1 on all highlighted plays in December. Tough day yesterday, but we'll be right back in that win column tonight. I appreciate the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until the next one, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.